Folks, the financial institutions are ready for mass adoption. Check this out, folks. This is the rage. Economists at the Bank of International Settlements propose banning any coin that has passed through a no KYC wallet from regulated services to enable a culture of self-policing. So, regulations are coming, and we've talked about it time and again. There is going to be a harsh and stringent policy on banning projects that do not go through regulations, not following the regulatory compliant frameworks. And this has happened just now. Look at this article over here. BIC paper proposes self KYC for non-custodial wallets. The economists argue that the exclusion of any coin that has ever passed through a no KYC wallet would enable a culture of self-policing. So check this out. The economists suggest to leverage, this is quotation over here, the provenance and history of any particular unit or balance of a crypto asset to implement a risk scoring scheme with on and off ramps that would exclude any asset that has ever passed through a no KYC wallet from being accepted by regulated entities. And now here regulations coming to play. Here projects like XDC, QNT, XLM, they come into play. And Bank for International Settlement, if you all know, is the Bank of International Settlements is a stakeholder when it comes to the world of finance. With this approach, what is the aim of BIS? It is to create a culture of duty of care among crypto participants, the market participants, leading users of non-custodial wallets to not accept no KYC coins and opt for KYCing their own coins voluntarily. While customer verification can be performed, by the way, this is the BIS economists who's writing this, coming directly from the source. So this is a quotation over here. Now let us go through this. While customer verification can be performed at points of contact with the conventional monetary system, example by crypto exchanges, once claims move to unhosted wallets on the permissionless blockchain itself, the transactions are out of the reach of conventional forms of intervention. The main purpose is that the regulations, folks, they are coming. A new regulatory framework is coming up, folks. The stringent version of the AML test implies that all users, including those operating unhosted wallets, would have to undergo KYC checks, just as all clients of banks must do when opening an account today. So basically, if you go to a bank, you hold yourself accountable. So when it comes to crypto, when it comes to digital assets, we do not have that regulatory framework yet, although a lot of proponents are against that it will kill the ethos of crypto. But a lot of people are saying that after so many scandals or scams, this is the need of the hour, and it is a requirement that is truly required and significant if this industry is to survive, folks. So let me show you over here. The financial giants are silently coming onto XDC. By the way, talking about BIS, there was a post I wanted to share that with you guys. Just a moment. Yeah, look at this. The BIS is getting ready to establish a global transition of cross-border payments under ISO 20022 messaging standard. So we saw that BIS is truly forcing for a framework with regulations, with KYC. Now, Angelica over here says that they are also trying to establish a global transition of cross-border payments. And look at the names, which cryptos are ISO 20022 compliant. XDC network is a part of this handful of list over here. A small list over here. Look at this. We've covered these projects time and again. You can check the videos out. Look at this. This is BIS over here. BIS CPMI takes further steps to promote ISO 20022 harmonization for enhanced cross-border payments. Okay. Look at this. The announcement should provide clarity to industry regarding the medium-term governance and maintenance of the harmonized data requirements during the period of global transition to the ISO 20022 messaging standard. So this is why we're saying that the institutional iceberg is coming. The financial institutions are ready. They are ready for this change. The financial giants are silently coming onto XDC. Check this out. While most of retail are focused on the larger market cap DLTs catching financial attention, most don't see XDC. Check this out. SBI logging trades across UAE and Japan on XDC, JP Morgan and Lloyds using Enigio for UK EDTA, Word Capital in Brazil tokenizing $1 billion in RWAs. So many things happening, and XDC network seems to be that connection point. The financial institutions are indeed ready for that new phase, the next phase, the phase that will take us to mass adoption. Lloyds, Word, SBI, JP Morgan, you name it, folks. RWA tokenization is getting real on XDC. A while back, we saw Serpro, which is state backed by Brazil's government, partnered with XDC for KYC, AML, and biometrics. Talking about KYC, you know that it is indeed becoming really important to do that. Yes, you read that right. $1 billion in institutional RWAs. Check this out. Brazil's Word Capital to tokenize $1 billion in real-world assets on XDC network. By the way, this is government endorsed, as Brazil is getting interested in tokenization in the world of finance, in the world of crypto, in the world of digital assets. The deal underscores the growing role of Brazil as a tokenization hub in the region. By the way, Brazil is also part of the BRICS, so if Brazil is interested, we might see some more action from the BRICS members. Maybe look at this. Brazilian securitization firm Word Capital plans to tokenize up to $1 billion in debt and receivables on the XDC network. The deal aims to bring corporate debt, agribusiness receivables, and other financial products on chain. This is awesome. Look at this. XDC is building the rails of rail finance. This is Aiko Tanaka over here. From R3 Coda to BIS, Bank of International Settlements, and CBDCs, XDC powers instant settlement, ISO 20022 messaging, and hybrid smart contracts. Look at this hybrid blockchain over here. ERC20s plus EVM smart contracts, SPL plus smart contracts. Here we've got XDC network integrating everywhere. TradeFinex built on XDC network. Impels run on XDC net. Check this out. We've got R3 Coda over here, XDC on Coda DLT platform, SBI Holdings, SBI Ripple Asia, we've got Swift, so many different financial institutions, and all of them are ready, folks. And here we've got CBDCs, and this is the Bank of International Settlement that we covered a while ago, that they are in for regulations, folks. So yeah, look at this. Crypto's new era. Utility over speculation. Indeed, the new era of finance is here. The new era of crypto is here. Let's check this out. Let me bookmark this. Yeah, let me like this as well. Let me repost this. Because we cover QNT, we might cover this in the coverage of QNT as well. And XLM over here. Yeah, XDC. We're interested in XDC at the moment. World Trade Finance focused on digitizing and streamlining international trade and supply chain transactions. What is the economic role of XDC network, folks? Look at this. It reduces friction in trade finance and supply chain payments. What is the tech role? Hybrid blockchain optimized for trade documents and smart contracts. So it is also optimized for good smart contracts, projects being built on top of it that benefit the world of global trade, real world asset tokenization, and look at the market that XDC network wants to disrupt. Look at this. In 2002, Warren Buffett called derivatives financial weapons of mass destruction. The tokenized home for this $1 quadrillion market is split. Look at this EST fake from the BIS. This is estimated figure from the BIS, by the way. Many financial institutions are utilizing R3 Corda and XDC, while JP Morgan is looking to utilize its Onyx platform. But folks, XDC network is a part of this financial weapon, these financial weapons of mass destruction. It wants to disrupt quadrillions, if not quadrillion trillions, folks. So this is a really interesting idea for the title as well. XDC network, a financial weapon of mass destruction. Yeah. 15 trillion US money supply. We've got 74 trillion world GDP. We've got 100 trillion total value of the world's stock and bond markets. And then we've got the derivatives market, according to the source, US Global Research over here. So yeah, 1 quadrillion market. I mean, this is huge, folks. Do you think that XDC is indeed the weapon of mass destruction of finance, by the way? So yeah, we're talking about finance, not the other way around. Financial weapon of mass destruction, XDC. Awesome. Awesome idea for the title. Yeah, look at this. Institutional iceberg is incoming. All the institutions that were previously sidelined want to come in over the next 24 months. So, like I said, that a lot of financial institutions are ready. They're ready for mass adoption. They're ready for to make a change. They're ready for compliance. They're ready for regulations. They're ready for the age of digitization, the era of utility, the age of use cases and services, and XDC network has everything going for it, folks.
To add on to what Walter just said about your experience.
Yeah, I think in many ways, Paxos pioneered the idea of regulatory first. I think you guys were one of the first, if not the first, trust charter within New York, and we very much agreed with that thesis that the way to build to last within the digital asset ecosystem was to pursue regulatory clarity, even when it was hard, even when it was difficult. Many large institutions said, hey, we want to be second. And there's a really good reason that you want to be second, because the ones that go first get in trouble. They have a lot of problems. They go through the growing pains. You talked earlier about the scars. But I think what we're finding is there are an entire set of institutions that would never have touched crypto with a 10-foot pole. BNY, relatively speaking, had a lot of courage to decide to get into crypto and crypto businesses when they did. Similarly, BlackRock and a lot of the other institutions. But what we're seeing now is super conservative institutions say, "Hey, we can no longer wait. We can no longer stand on the sidelines of this. We need to come in." And so we're finding is that despite the fact that it feels like there's a regulatory lifting, what's happening is there's an even bigger set of institutions that are now coming in that want to work with the most regulated institutions that they possibly can. Because absent that, they were never going to come in the first place at all. And it turns out that is almost like an iceberg in a sense. And the iceberg of conservative institutions that are now coming in, I think is going to be really one of the main stories of the next 24 months.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Folks, the era of utility is coming. And, I've rephrased the title over here. There it was written that these are the financial weapons of mass destruction, but XDC network is a financial weapon of mass disruption. It wants to disrupt trillions of dollars. And look at this. Well, this is Cyprus demand in core $100 trillion prediction by 2029. Monumental amounts of capital sitting in trapped countries that want to earn yield. DeFi is the most slept on opportunity to grow your wealth in crypto. The DeFi of XDC network will also grow in the future. Obviously, a good decentralized finance infrastructure is a requirement for a good layer 1 project. Check this out. Current state of RWAs: Santiago Royal Santos, Tani Kulichov, And we've got Michael Liscrowite, Tioga Capital Partners, Ave Labs, Inversion. So a lot of money or value to be disrupted by XDC and the likes.
We didn't see your hands. Same question that I asked the audience. By which year will we hit 1 trillion in RWAs? Just a number.
100 trillion?
1 trillion.
Come on, let's do 100 trillion.
Let's do 100, okay. So that's about 20% of all global assets.
Yeah, I'm bullish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which year?
2029.
For 100 trillion. Okay. That's
we need to work hard. You need to go there and get some assets on chain.
Yeah.
We'll bring the first billion users, and we're not looking to acquire small businesses. So I think it's incumbent upon us as an industry, but I think the opportunity is there. But I think anything I've learned as an anecdote, when we first invested in Lend, it was a sub 10 million market cap project, but it was working. The smart contracts were there. Not even in my wildest upside case did I imagine having how much CVL do you have today?
We have 43 billion net deposits.
How much?
43 billion.
40 billion.
About, yeah.
40 billion. Okay, I think we were in our best case scenario. That would have been if this gets to $1 billion, this would be amazing. And then it did that. And I think it's just important. Crypto sits on top of the distribution of the internet, and so don't be surprised when you graduate the financial rails from a system that predates the internet to a totally digital, borderless financial system. There are monumental amounts of money sitting in trapped countries that want to seek yield, and that's just I'll leave you with that. I think it happens in the next 5 years for sure.
Okay, thank you, Stani.
So folks, what do you guys think about XDC network? Do you think that it indeed is the financial weapon of mass disruption? I would really like your opinion. Do hit the comment box below and let the community know. Anyways, guys, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility coins and potential gems. And you can also support the channel by checking out Patreon by following the link in the description box below. Until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.